In the previous lesson, we have learned the for loop, and we said that inside this round bracket there is three parts. The first part is the initialization of a new variable. Int I equals 0. Of course, we can set it to any value we want, but usually it will be 0. And we said that this part, the first part, is executed only once before, at the beginning of the for loop. Only once and not ever again. Now there is another two parts. Of course, it's separated by the semicolon, two semicolon, which separated to three parts. Now we have these two parts. The second one is the condition. We evaluate the condition is I or while I less than 5, then this code will be executed. And then after this code has been executed, at the end we will execute the third part, I++. So this part before any iteration, any execution of this code, and this part after any iteration and the execution of this code. Before we will check, we will evaluate this condition, and if I is less than 5, if the condition returns true, then this code will be executed. At the end, we will execute this part. So after the first time, we will execute this part. So I will be 1. And then we want to execute this code again. So this condition will be evaluated again. Is I still less than 5? While I is less than 5, then this code will be executed. The last time when this code will be executed is when I will be equal to 4. Then this code will be executed because this condition will return true. But after, this part will be executed and I will be 5, and then before we are going to execute this code again, we will check is I less than 5. Of course the answer will be already false because I is already 5. Then we will skip this code and we will jump to the next line of code. Int n equals 0. So now the previous lesson we said that that inside this round brackets there is three parts, and here in this for we see something odd. There is only one part, but the first part is missing and the third part is missing too. So the answer is yes. The only part that is a must is the second one. The first and the last and the third are we can skip it. So the first part where we initialized int I equals 0, we can do it outside. Int n equals 0 or any number we want, any value. We can do it outside and we will work as usual, no problems. And the third part, where we are increasing the variable in order that at the end we will skip out of the for loop, this part we can do inside of the code of the block. So it will go like this: int n equals 0. That's at the beginning, and then before the first time, we will check, we will evaluate the condition is n less than 5. Then we will execute this code. Then we will jump to the third part. Before we will execute this part again, this block again, we will jump to the third. But there is nothing here, so we will go here again before the next iteration. Is n less than 5? Yes, because n, we increase n by 1 here, Well, of course, it's still less than 5. It's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. The last time when we will execute our code at the end, never mind at the end, at the beginning, we will increase it to 5. Then we'll jump here, nothing here. So we'll jump here before the next iteration, and we will ask, this condition returns true or false. N is less than 5. The answer will be already no, because n is already 5. So we will jump here and we will execute the next code after the for loop. So the only part that is a must is the second one. The first and the third we can write it before. The first you can write before. The third we can write inside, and it will work as these four, which have 3 parts inside.